Welcome back, everybody, to the Giants rebuild, where we're coming off of a Super Bowl win versus the Browns, 26-17, and we are finally back after the holidays. I know it was a little rough on the uploads, but I'm back. I'm going to be going for 3-4 times a week on these uploads, so if y'all are ready for that and aren't subscribed, please subscribe before we even start this off season here, where we're going to be doing a lot. And retirements wise, I know a lot of guys retired here. I know like Aaron Rodgers retired, so a lot of teams should be looking for younger players here. Look at Green Bay's quarterback, Kerry Hawkins, 65 overall, so they got to be looking for something. I wonder whether the roster's looking good. But anyways, here is our Super Bowl winning team. It's really crazy how this team was as good as it was, led by Dustin Gray, of course. Dustin Gray was a beast this year, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Just to update everyone on what the current status of this team is. Receiver-wise, I was a little concerned with Woodson, but he's been doing good. He did good in the playoffs. He didn't do that good in the regular season, but it's okay once Calvin Ridley gets into the slot. Then Woodson can take in over here as one of the outside receivers, which is really helpful there. Evan Ingram has started regression. Of course, Vernon Hutton is going to be a free agent if we can't re-sign him. And of course, the line was very solid, very stout, as Saquon did get the Offensive Player of the Year for the NFC this year. And basically, that's just the whole team here. I don't know how we have so many safeties. Look at this. We were hoarding them on the practice squad, I guess. Look at that. We have like 7 or 8 safeties. I guess that counts for strong safeties too, because Jabril Peppers, who's also getting up there in age, 28. So regression is going to start for him in a few. Same thing with Saquon though. So we got to get as much out of him as we can. And season, as we can see through the top players here, Volk, Hutton, Elliott. We have a lot of players here. Our fullback, Scott Miller, our pickup a few years ago, we transferred him to running back. If anyone's unfamiliar with that move, of course, go watch the old episodes, but if not, then he was a wide receiver, and then we switched him to running back, and now we are here. 80 million cap room, about that. And I need to get these receivers back, hopefully. This guy is a beast. Like, if you just look at his attributes, he looks really good, but just his route running is not sharp, and that really, I think, affects these receivers. So we're just going to offer him fair value, and he is going to resign. Ridley, I'm a little concerned with. He wants 4 years, right? 4 years, $56 million. I don't know how much that is a year, but I know it's not cheap. Not cheap at all. He is $56 million. Jeez. I just don't think we can do that for a player entering regression. 88 overall with the boost, so 86 overall. I would do a 2-year with the same money. How about 57 million, 2 years, 28.5. Let's go and see what he's going to test free agency. What's his tag looking like anyways? 19 million? Hell no. Then there's Tomlinson here at left end. I think we need to move on from him. He is extremely good, but 30 years old, it's only going down from here. 1 year is all I'd be able to offer him. And testing free agency. Zach Cunningham, I'm not interested in. We're going to withdraw that. And Sammy Volk and Vernon Hutton. These are 2 guys we really wanted, but both of them refused to take our deal. So we either have to let one of them test or both of them test, or we can Volk's tag is expensive at 16 million, but I think I can get him back in free agency. I really think I can get him way cheaper than that. Hutton, however, is 9.4 million, but I'm going to test him too. That's a lot of money for a backup tight end. At least for the next few years, he'll be a backup. So that's really the problem. And then, of course, we need a kicker here. And Jake Elliott is the man, and he is going to keep being the man. Gesicki, he can go ahead and test with Hutton. Tim Jerrigan, he's getting old. Testing. Quan Short, he was a good 1-year fix, but his regression hit him 69 overall. I would like to see what that did to him. Where's progression history? he lost 37 points. That is a lot of regression. 37 points. Wow. Really, the only last guy I am really interested in looking at re-signing would be our trusty fullback here, Jerron Beal. He was drafted one of the first years of the series, and he's been good all his entire career with us. So I'd do a 3-year, just get a cheap fullback here, and he's testing. He is completely testing on us. Wow. I didn't expect that. I offered him more years and more money, and he's still testing. His tag is 2.8 million, but I don't think I need to use a tag on him, but that's pretty cheap. Hunter Bill is the current guy. He was not very good this year, but I don't think we're going to find much better out there. So we'll just give him 1 year, see if he takes that, and he's not interested in signing. So we'll be looking in free agency for that, or maybe if we can find something else. And depth at line is always nice. Nate Cooper, he's a solid guy. Second year, he's undrafted, I believe, and we are going to get him back. And other than that, I don't see much more that I am interested in. There's just not a lot here. Harvey Davis was I remember drafting him or getting him. He was really fast, but there's just no way to develop these guys whenever it's a simulation like how we do, because I can't purposely get them the ball or anything. So it's just, let's go ahead and skip. That is going to be the entrance of free agency and onto the off season. And here we go. Let's take another look at the roster in the depth chart format here. So fullback, we need a fullback, and receiver, we lost Calvin Ridley, unless if we can get him back somehow. If we can't, then we really need to fill that. Right guard, we need another lineman here. Cooper could possibly be that guy. I don't know how he would be in the interior. It looks like he'd be okay here, but he's kind of a low overall. Just gets boosted up because of that morale boost this whole team is on. We lost Volk, so we got to try and get him back, hopefully, or just roll with Bosa and Medlock on the outside, since this is 3-4, so it should be okay. I would be okay with just Bosa there. He is obviously really good. Bosa, Medlock, but we will need to get another end regardless of what we do. Cornerbacks, that's the strongest position, because Jermichael Hood in his second year, look at him, 87 overall with the boost, of course, 85 without, and he's still only star development, though. I'm kind of surprised, as Sidney Jones is actually superstar X Factor, but his regression will be starting soon, 28 years old. So this team's getting older, obviously, and we have a lot to do here. All right, here we go. Free agency class is looking like the top, really strong, very top heavy here. Tyron Smith, obviously 93 overall, and then David DeCastro, he would be a good fill at right guard. I really want to give everything possible to have Saquon succeed here, because it's really tough to have a good running game if you don't have really good linemen, and we could easily fix that here if we get some good guard like that guy. Now it looks like Jerron Beal actually does have quite a market. I don't know if we'll be able to get him back. I offered him 3 years. Okay, that topped everyone, so if he wants to stay, he's going to stay. That's basically it. So Ridley, his market is up. Whenever we were going for him, his market was so low, but I guess we were able to prove everyone that he is good. And then there's Amari Cooper. So we're just going to see if Calvin Ridley would come back. Amari Cooper's 30, he's 29, so that's obvious, which we would want to do there. 2 years or 4 years. I don't want to do 4 years. That's too long. 2 years. Let's just see what that is. 75 points. That's not close. 3 years, I would take him till he's 32. I just want to see what the point is. 91 points if we did that. But that is about 14 million a year. What if we do 15, but go on the 3-year as well? 93 points. I don't know. That might not be happening. Right now, I'm just trying to retain our players, but it's not looking hot. Everyone has a great market. Whenever you win a Super Bowl, obviously, all the teams are looking at you. Obviously, it doesn't really mean that they did everything, but still a big market. Even for Vernon Hutton, the lineman transferred to a tight end midway through. Look at his blocking. Really good blocking there. We have a lot of 2 tight end sets, so Vernon Hutton, try to get you back. Come on, man. 93 points. Whew, he's going to be a little pricey, isn't he? I guess that's not bad. Let's just try 4.4 million over 4 years, 17.6. I should be in the lead. No? Okay, people are really trying to get this. How about 4.5? Let's try that. Over that, 98 points. Oh my goodness. How about raise that signing bonus a little bit? 99 points. I want the lead. I don't want to be tied here. And that would be 4.6. Let's try that. We have plenty of cap space. Let's just mess around and get him, because I need him. 100 plus point offer, 103 points. I'm confident in that. That is for sure. So let's just look at everything else. Costanzo, he's 25. I like that guy. That looks pretty good. I don't need a left tackle specifically, though. Would like to see a guard. But obviously, these guys can change positions at any given moment most of the time. Costanzo's only looking for 11.6 for 1 year. So I bet that would take a lead. 97, so it's close. Our cap room is so strong that I'm willing to give a lot just to get him. Costanzo, 100 points. That's only up 2. I know that people like to bid up. Let's not bringing it up a little bit. Let's get it to make it so our cap million's 40 million after we sign him. So that would be 5.5 million on our signing bonus. 103 points. Another 103 point bid. That is a very confident bid there. And Tomlinson, let's see what his market is. Looking pretty strong, actually. We need a scheme fit mostly. Power rusher would be nice. Cameron Jordan's also here, but he's getting real old. I wanted Tomlinson, but I just can't do a 2-year deal with him. I know regression after this year is going to be brutal. At least bring him to like low 80s, really low 80s. So I just don't know what he would take for a 1-year deal. 15.5 maybe would help. 88 points, not even close. Not even a little close. I don't know what that would bring. 2 years, 108 points. I would win if that, but I don't want to give 2 years unless if it is a very capital friendly trade here or deal. So 2 years, 22 million. That's not even on the board. All right, 2 year, 12 million a year, 69 points. He does not like that. Really in it for the money here. I don't think, yeah, that's not going to happen. Clear that offer. We got to look elsewhere. We just need someone that's solid. We don't really need the best player ever. There's obviously the draft too. Don't remember if this was a strong end class or not, but I doubt it is, since it never really is too strong. Defensive tackle is usually strong, so we could fill it for sure, but for right now, maybe a right end is a better idea here. We had a case for 30 here, but another team's looking at him, Chicago. I could bring him back for 1 more year. That's 104. It's a little excessive. 4.4 million. How about 4.2? Can we bring that down a little bit? 102. Yeah, I want to get him though. He's obviously a key part of this team if we want to do good. An end. We need end. Middle linebacker. I do not want to get one in free agency. I'm really looking to get younger here. Duke's obviously young. He's a beast. 85 overall. And the backups, we don't really have one anymore. as we let Cunningham go. It looks like Vikings, Baltimore, and Eagles are all bidding up on him. And Volk. Here we are. Dalvin Smith and Volk are here. That's pretty solid. Let's just see what the 10.5 gets him to. 42.2 million, 98 points. So we can get him back. It's very possible to get him back. Then Bosa can stay where he's at, just kind of hovering between end and linebacker. When they're all on the field, though, Volk, Bosa, and all those guys, it is dangerous. Medlock, of course, too. It's very dangerous. And 100 points. I want Volk. Give me Volk back. Cornerback, not looking at anything here. I could use maybe some depth, but we can find that in a younger position here, since all these guys are pretty old, or at least aging. Cornerback, we have so many. Look at Earl Thomas is there. He's a 79 overall now. So he's really regressed hard here. Bill Sheffield has no one bidding on him, but look at Marvin Hartman. Let's check out his ratings. 88, 86. That's interesting. Check out his hair there. It's super long, and then in the picture he's bald. So that's nice. Let's just check out other people here. Gardner, 9180. What was he again? 88, 83 or something like that? 86. I like the accuracy. Bill Sheffield did not have much accuracy, even though it looks a little high. Let's just go with the highest overall. See what he can do, because last year it didn't work out. I'll just do a 1-year deal with Hartman. See if he takes that, of course, and hope for the best. Now, Calvin Ridley, how can we get you to resign? I really don't want to have to look for another receiver right now, but if you make it that hard, then I will have to. So let's see. Ridley, 93 points. We are close on a 3-year deal, but that is, of course, 3 years with him. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what would get us in contention even for it. 95 points. I think that's as far as I'm going to go. Just basically tie Baltimore's offer. And if he takes it, he takes it. And if he doesn't, then we are going to be looking elsewhere for sure. Let's advance. Let's see who signs and who rejects. Calvin Ridley rejected, so he's going to Baltimore, it looks like. Rejected Hutton, too. We were up by so much. Hutton and Ridley gone. 2 offensive pieces from our Super Bowl team gone. Now, Case, Rafferty signed, Volk signed, and Beal rejected. Got our punter, though, and DeCastro declined. Uh-oh. So, we got a lot of rejections, and we were up a lot of points on some of these guys. But we don't have a fullback, and we don't have a true number 1 receiver. John Ross could be that guy, but I don't know if he can handle the top cornerback on every team. This is dangerous. Dangerous territory now. Defensively, though, we're back to where we started. Volk, Medlock, Bosa. So that's good. We need a middle linebacker. That could be found in the draft, hopefully. So receiver-wise, if we look in the draft, there's DeMarcus Madison, mid-first rounder. Looks decently fast. He has good catching. Assuming if his spec catch is A, then every other catch is good. Catching traffic's B+. So assuming his catching's good. Now Deion Marsh. So we already have a Marsh on our offense, but here's another one. I don't like him so much. He has about the same stuff, but he's older. And he's slower than Madison. He's 2 years older. That's a lot of years to work with. And how about Clint Pampile? Let's go with that. Deep route, A-, catching traffic, and release both B+, and he's 22. He has a lot of top scouting grades, though. And if we look deeper, Malik Belair. I like this guy quite a lot. But he is a 2nd rounder. Ali Andrews, projected 3rd round, but his talent is 1st round, late 1st round, which is okay because we can probably find him in the 3rd, early 3rd or 2nd, late 2nd, since we have a late 2nd pick. That's kind of where I'm leaning towards with receiver. And of course, tight end, we're going to have to fill that up. As Vernon Hutton moved on from us. And guard, is a little interesting now, as there are guys here, but they're all early first rounders, guys that look like they can start. Obviously A-, B+, B+, that's just solid right there. Same thing with Buck Brown, and Gavin Medlock is another guy here, but he's a early second rounder. A lot more gaps in our team than I expected with the type of team we have, and there's some good ends out here, which is pretty attractive for our team here, since we only have one solid end on the team. Defensive tackles we haven't really scouted out yet. We could use another one. Wouldn't draft him first round, I don't think so, but this guy's solid. Wow, I'm gonna put him on the board just cuz. Ooh, so Sean Knight. Okay, well, looks like it's a nice defensive tackle class. Too bad we don't really need him. So we can basically look at linebacker, middle linebacker, and any linebackers that are like pass coverage or tacklers, field generals, etc. And this is the type of guy, Quentin Wayne. He's early first round projection. Del Fowler and Walt Carney. These guys are both very interesting, but they would be hard to get. We would have to definitely trade up pretty far too. Back to free agency, we're going to look at a blocking tight end. He's decent. Just want to get him for a year. I just need to get someone else. But for now, he is our best option. And at guard, we have nothing really left. We put all of our eggs in one basket, and he didn't sign with us. So that is some deja vu here. And we're just going to have to move on from him. Just in case something does go wrong and we can't get someone in the draft, we are going to need a middle linebacker. Look at this guy's speed, 85, 84 tackle, 89 acceleration. So he's just solid. Coverage isn't the best, but he would be a second middle linebacker in our 3-4. So we'll go ahead and try to get his offer up to the Eagles offer, which is roughly $1.5 million a year. So let's try that, see what that gives us. 112, we should win that. Just let us win one. I feel like whenever we overdo it, we lose it more often. So I don't know what the whole deal with Madden and that is, but after looking at the cornerback class, I figure that we need a number 4, and we gotta find him in free agency most likely. So Trevante Booker, he is pretty solid here. I would offer him less money than he wants, around 2.3. I like that. 2 years, bring him to 29 years old, 78 points on that offer, and we still have $50 million to work with. We aren't going to be able to just get to spend that, because that's just a lot of money to spend. We keep on moving on and see if everyone signs. Hopefully we have a good week on signings. Rejected by the middle linebacker. That's it. Wow, a 5th-year option. Here we go. Let's see. Jose Marsh, we got it. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Do you want to go ahead and pick up? Yes, please. Easy enough. Thank you, Jose Marsh. He's solid. Very solid on our line there. So the top of the board looks like this. Walt Carney, early first rounder. I do think Del Fowler is better, though. He's early first. We'd have to trade up into the top 5, though, to get him most likely, which is just tough. Definitely tough. But, of course, we need to get a guard and a end in this draft. Steve Montgomery's pretty interesting. He's a 5th round projected and a early first talent. So I don't know what we need to do here, but I do know that we need a guard. We really need a guard, even more than we need an end, which obviously is another strong position in this draft class. So with how strong end is in this draft class, I don't think we need to trade up and get one of those, as it's not as important as some other positions, of course. And we do need a guard. That is the number one thing. Middle linebacker and guard. Del Fowler, if I could get him somehow, some way, oh my goodness. Him and Dukes together, that would be purely dominant. And we don't have a middle linebacker right now, so it would be nice. Looking at depth now, just overall, we need a backup to Volk here, so we'll offer him some money. Booker still hasn't decided on where he wants to go, and that is still all we are going to do here. And advancing again, see if we can get some people to accept, and there's 2 accepts right there. All 3 accepted, so feeling pretty confident about that. And the draft is next week. So here we go, we're on to the draft, but before that, let's look at the deals. Tyron Smith went with the Falcons. DeCastro ended up with the Bengals. He swerved on our deal, offered him like $13 million a year, and he's still rejected for some reason. Cooper, 4 years to the Eagles. Lane Johnson to the Eagles as well. Ridley went to the Raiders. Come on, Ridley. Why'd you do that? Dalvin Tomlinson, Colts. Any bigger names? Arthur Bruce, looks like a solid running back. 83 overall, went to the Broncos. Newton to the Bengals as well. They gave Newton someone that can help guard him too with DeCastro. And Fournette went with San Fran. He was there for a while. And Hutton, there he is, went with the Bills. He went with the Redskins. He was part of our Super Bowl team as well. A lot of these guys are a part of our Super Bowl team, and they all went on to walk. So, it should be an interesting year. Hightower went with the Raiders. But we'll see what happens. On to the draft. 2024 NFL draft. Let's go ahead and pause. And Steelers are number 1 on the draft board here. And I don't know what their team needs are, but I know what ours are. End and guard. So, or not end. Right guard and middle linebacker, rather. End is another need, but guard and middle linebacker are the most important. I would say Montgomery is a good choice, but a instant starter would be a guy like Cassidy Johns, and Buck Brown would be 2, but I do like Johns better, I believe. They're both really close, actually. Any of them I would be happy with. Let's go ahead and see who gets taken first. I don't feel like we can really afford to trade up right now, but we can see. For this year, we have the 16th and the 32nd pick. So if we can get rid of the 32nd and try to get a early 1 here, that would be great. This is the 2nd pick with Cincinnati Bengals. I don't know who they would be interested in. Right tackle, we need that guard. We really do. Or if we get up there, I'm definitely picking the middle linebacker. Just out of pure talent-wise, we need to just draft who is the best overall. But we'll just see who they would like. I don't know, maybe one of these safeties? Looks like they're interested in something, so let's see. Not interested in Barnard, so we're going to go ahead and keep him on the trade and offer up a 7th round this year. We have 2 of those as well, and he's not interested. Okay, let's take off Barnard. Offer 2 7s. That wouldn't work. How about a 4? 7, 4, and R1. Not interested at all. Maybe a 2nd next year, and then add Barnard if there's no interest. Holy, they have a lot of interest in Barnard if they're willing to give that much trade value for him. Barnard and a 2nd next year. Not interested. How about a 2nd or a 3rd? We did the 3rd this year. We'd have to give up a 2nd this year. Let's see. It's worth it to get a player of this talent. Let's go. 2nd pick is going to be with the Giants. That was actually a little tough with Barnard, but we'll see what they do here. See what the Steelers draft. They are drafting Walt Carney. So they got one of the middle linebackers. That was the one I didn't like as much. I like Del Fowler way more, but there's also so many options up here. This is a really good draft class. I'm not interested in the wide receivers. Not that desperate to get one of those. Same thing with the guard. We have good lineman depth, and there's good players later in the draft. So Del Fowler, it is early 1st, 76 overall, hidden development. That is what I expected. 86 speed, 86 tackle, and he is 8 in true value. We got him at 2. So there's our 1st round pick. Let's see what else goes off, though. Deion Marshall was a 73. Buck Brown, there he is, 76. That would have been a good play as well. Clint Pappenheil, there he is. Keyshawn Briggs going to the Raiders, 76. 77, Trey Chapman, he was also in conversation. And Cassidy Johns, there he is. I really was interested in getting him, but we still have a lot of work to do. We have another draft pick at 16, so we could possibly get an end in this round, except both of them just went. There they go. All right. Oh, and another one went. Okay, everyone just needs an end, I guess. Let's see what the Browns do. They go with cornerback Perry McCray. There's still Griffey Yankee. That I don't know if I could draft him. That name is just too hard for me. Griffey Yankee. I'll try it out. Maybe if he's the best available player, or we can trade down. Always that option, because there is other good players. Floyd Richardson being one of them. Yeah, so look at all these ends. There is quite a lot of them. So I don't even think we would be interested in getting this guy right now, any of these guys right now. Obviously, Yankees just a little bit better than everyone else. He is actually really good, but he's not a scheme fit. He's another edge rusher. We don't need edge rushers. We need power rushers. So the best thing for our team right now would be to look at trade offers. So maybe trades this year would be nice. 2024 is what we're looking for. 40th pick, that would be second round, early second round. Round 1 next year. I need this year though. I would love this year. This is a lot of stuff. Miami, 2024 picks, a lot of them. I like this deal with San Fran, a 40th pick. Or I just want something this year, really. 60. This is nice. Houston's deal is really nice. 60th pick this year, and then next year, second rounder, and then a 4th this year. We're going to go with that. Trade down, trade out of the first round, and see what happens here. So we'll just let it keep on going. A lot of middle linebackers going off. There is Yankee. He was a 71, so I think it's probably good that we held off. Martin was a defensive tackle. Liked him a little bit. And wide receivers. I don't want a lot of those to go off. That is probably our next pick, is a wide receiver. There is that guy still later in the second round. Hopefully he stays strong. Quentin Wayne. Remember him. A lot of guys coming off the board here. Here is William Jeffrey, the running back, and Bengals now getting Kyrie Douglas, a running back, 77 overall. That is solid. 77 overall left tackle Dalton Torrance just went off. Now Broncos on the clock. Derek Waller, cornerback, 68. Medlock went off, 69. So we're just going to go to our next pick. Hope for the best. 28th. Let's see. Who is here? Tony Cummins is still here. He's the top quarterback in this class. And Malik Blair, there he is. Late first rounder. Good body. 23 years old though. But he is one of the best guys here. Ali Andrews, a little later. I liked him a little more. He's also 23. But once again, not a lot here. Can we get a little bit more back? Can we get back just a few picks in this draft? That would be great. No, it looks like round 3 is what we would have to do. So picking someone now is probably the best idea. We already traded down once, so I like Ali Andrews a little bit more than Malik Blair, and he's a deep threat, and he has A- short route. So we already know that his attributes are going to be pretty good, and 70 overall hidden development. There we go. 91 speed, 89 acceleration, low catching, 73. But route running's all pretty solid, pretty much there. So that is a solid pick. I would call that a win in my books. Just a few picks later, here we are in round 3, where we should definitely look at that guard here, since he is very solid. Steve Montgomery, here we go. 70 overall hidden development. That is what I'm talking about. So we have 3 hidden development players. That is a good start to this draft. I'm really curious to see what they end up being. We're just going to start simming through rather. And We need a fullback, but that's going to happen in like round 7. We'll draft one, or we can just wait till the end of the draft, and one will come up for sure. I love this pick here, Lucas Tover, but early 5th, he'll be there for our next pick. And there's also another middle linebacker that I'm obsessed with. I love linebackers. I just love drafting them. 22-year-old, A- pursuit, B+ hit power, and B tackle. The speed looks pretty slow though, but we could always use depth. Always could use depth. But right now, the smartest thing to do is to get Tover. So drafting him, 68 overall. So our first, not the best pick, but 41 in true value, drafted at 96. So that's good, but not a starter by any means. Not a starter at all. A few picks later, here we are. If that middle linebacker is still there, I don't know how I could pass up on him. Let's look at the draft board. And who are the top guys? Daniel Fox. Nice. I'd be dumb not to take this guy. Middle linebacker, taking him. 64. Oh my goodness, I'm dumb to take him. 80 speed, 77 tackle. So I reached, but he's still going to be the 3rd tight end. He's the 3rd best on the team. But that's kind of a bad idea. I don't know how many more guys we really have on the board. A lot of busts later in the rounds, obviously. Another good middle linebacker. Obviously not going to get another one, but they are there. Best guy on our board, Tyrone Lincoln. Could be mid-60s, hopefully, 63. Depth player, maybe practice squad player. Not ready yet, but had to find someone down here. We have so many picks later in this draft, but not a lot of talent deeper as we go. A lot of it is not even on our draft board because the scouting report was just not good down here. So we got to get out of this round. We just got to be able to trade away, get some capital for next year maybe. And we are currently in round 4. So next year, I would like to see something equivalent. Next year, we have a 4 and a 7 from Cleveland. So that is what we are going to go ahead and take. 4 and a 7. So we're going to be gaining a 7 and a 4. And I don't think there's enough talent in this draft to even look twice. We'll go ahead and do a blind pick here. Pretty fast receiver, strong bench press. Go ahead, 57 overall. He is practice squad worthy, but he has speed, decent speed, I guess. Just not route running. Mid route running is not there, so we'll go ahead and keep on. There's not many more players here, but we need a fullback. Did this a few years ago with Beal, and there he is, 67 overall. Blocking, lead block 81, 82 speed. That's what we needed from a fullback. 67 overall is pretty solid too, and that will be hopefully our last pick. We'll have the 32nd, but Mr. Irrelevant is the pick. Who is going to be Mr. Irrelevant this year? What do you see here? A punter, Mr. Irrelevant, 74 overall. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. What? Is he better than the punter we picked up in free agency? Best pick of the draft is a punter, I guess. 74. Let's look at his kick power and such. Where is it? It's probably way over here. Kick power. Kick accuracy, 81. So that's good. I still don't see power. Don't know where that would be. I'll just wait till we get somewhere else. But recapping the draft, first 3 rounds were hidden development players in Fowler, Andrews, and Montgomery. Andrews, I'm pretty excited about, wide receiver hidden. And then Montgomery, he might end up actually being a starter, even though he's 69 overall. His morale's down, so he's actually 70 overall. But I want to see someone develop. That's really the key. So let's compare our 2 punters here. Power, 91. Power, 81 for the rookie. Marvin Hartman, he's older, 1 year older, or 1 more year of experience. Big power lower, and everything's lower. So we might have actually found a punter is Mr. Irrelevant. Very interesting. We are in need of a running back. Top guy is James White. I just want to give a 1-year deal to him. We need a 3rd running back. He probably won't really see the field very much, but if someone gets hurt, we need someone good, and he's definitely good. So wide receiver, we're not going to look at anyone, but we are going to fill a few gaps in this team. We need another pass catching tight end. Josh Oliver is 75 overall, and he's definitely a pass catching tight end. Can't really do much more than that. Not a good blocker at all, but that's what we need. 1 year player, Irvin Branch. He is 70 overall, and we need some defensive tackle depth, so he's going to be signed as well. Looking to the cornerback position, Vernon Scarborough. Look at him. He is pretty solid. He had pretty good stats, so he's going to stay there. So that rounds us out at 59 players. So that's where we'll enter the preseason in the next episode, and then we'll be going to Dallas in week 1, and we'll be watching that one just to see how the season's going to start. Last time we went 13-3. The year after we went like 7-9 or 8-8 or one of those, and that was with Daniel Jones. So this is a whole different situation since Dustin Gray is the leader of this team, but hopefully we can keep up the same energy that we had when we won the Super Bowl, get back to the playoffs, have another chance at the Super Bowl. But that is going to do it for the Giants rebuild today. And if you guys like the new mic, if you didn't notice, this is a different microphone. I think it just sounds a little more clear, but if you guys like that, please let me know if it sounds better than the old microphone. This one costed a lot more, but sometimes cost doesn't mean everything. And with that being said, I will talk to you guys in the next one, hopefully in the next few days. And we will see you in the next Giants rebuild.